The writer of this story is Sonia Sani. In the previous part you saw that Priya is trapped in a jungle where some power is repeatedly asking for sacrifice from her to come out. In this panic, Priya pushes Ruthi and Ruthi falls on a tree, due to which she dies. Seeing all her friends standing, Priya faints. Now after some time, when she regains consciousness, she finds Anant and Sambhav surrounding her. Sambhav was holding her hand and Anant was caressing her head. Priya was about to say something when Ruthi came there with a stupa in a bowl. Priya could not believe her eyes for a moment. Seeing Ruthi, she started running away from there with her hand. But you at night. I saw it myself with my own hands. Priya covered her face with both hands and started crying loudly. I did not want to kill, but I don't know how I really did not want to kill. Hey friend, you must have seen a terrible dream. You were unconscious here, that's why I called Sambhav and Anant too. Relax, everything is fine. Priya was still not able to believe her eyes. Ruthi had told her that she must have seen a dream, but her mind was not ready to accept the truth yet. It was Sunday, so seeing Priya's condition, Sambhav and Anant also made a plan to stay there. Priya has become very traumatized. What to do? Okay, you bring her favorite energy drink, and Priya also likes chicken very much. Maybe the mood will improve. In the evening, everyone was having dinner. They were trying to make the atmosphere normal by talking among themselves. Priya was still sitting scared. After eating and drinking, they did not know when the four of them fell asleep. Suddenly, late at night, hearing the sound of drums, Anant woke up, and he woke up Sambhav and found that both of them were in a dense forest where far away, tribals were probably celebrating some festival by playing drums. Anant looked around nervously. Sambhav still thought it was a dream. It was midnight in a deserted forest. The chirping sound of crickets and wild animals was creating a strange shiver by breaking the silence. The sound of tribal drums and dolls making strange sounds was not a movement but a mourning in the veins. Sambhav took Anand's hand and turned towards the tribals. It was as if there was a hypnosis that was pulling them towards that direction. Around the circle in front, some people were beating drums without any meaning. Sambhav was surprised when he saw Priya and Ruthi also sitting there. He wanted to ask Ruthi something, but a tribal stared at him with his bloodshot eyes and signaled him to keep quiet. Everyone started sitting down. Something like food was served in a plate. When he signaled those four to eat, everyone took a bite one by one, a little scared. Priya vomited from the first bite itself, but Ruthi kept eating it with relish. As if the hunger of years was getting satiated, everyone was watching the savagery dripping from her eyes and the expressions on her face with curiosity. After eating, Ruthi was looking normal now. Fear was clearly visible in the eyes of Sambhav and Anant. They remembered very well that they all slept in Ruthi's house. Then suddenly the four of them reaching there and getting trapped among the tribals, everything was so unusual that they still felt it was a dream. They had not yet come out of this confusion when suddenly the tribals present there started attacking each other, which created chaos there. In an attempt to save their lives, everyone saw a broken hole and hid inside it. After some time, a terrible sound started coming from there, as if some wild animal was eating meat. In between, the sound of growling broke the silence. Sambhav was sitting in a corner, scared and drenched in sweat. Suddenly the voice seemed to be coming near him. He closed his eyes tightly. After that he felt a hand on his shoulder. How did you reach here? Priya was in front of you. Priya, is there someone here? Sambhav gestured him to keep quiet. What are you saying? Who is it and where is it? There is a sound of a wild animal coming from behind. Sambhav said in fear, come to your senses, Sambhav, there is no animal here. You are here in your room, how will an animal come here? Will you tell me what happened? Sambhav looked carefully and found that he was in his room only. But how can this happen? We were there in that jungle.
Please like and
Sambhav
subscribe
shook his
Horror
head
Room
while
channel.
speaking. After being silent for some time, Priya gestured Sambhav to come out of the room. After coming out, Priya said to Sambhav, there is no information about Ruthi and Anant, and you are saying that. You are also in the jungle, how can this be possible? Hey, Both of them were also in the jungle. To tell you the truth, I saw a similar jungle the day before yesterday. Something unusual is happening to us. I am not able to understand what is true and what is a dream. How can we deny everything after seeing it with open eyes? Priya told the entire incident to Sambhav word for word. Then Sambhav also told his entire experience to Priya. After listening to each other carefully, both of them remained silent for some time. Then Sambhav further said, "Priya, I think all this is happening because of that book. What is this power that is taking away our power to think and understand from us? It has distracted our minds so much that the difference between truth and illusion is not clear. This is some illusion that is deceiving us every moment." We both came back to the room and Riddhi and Anant could not come. Does this mean that the illusion has caught both of them? No, Priya, I will not let anything happen to my friends. My heart says that both of them will be absolutely fine. We will bring them back and get out of this trap. Look, today when I saw that forest in my dream, all four of us were in that forest. This means that all four of us are still trapped in this trap. You are right. I think we will understand what all this is and why it is. I feel that the way to come out of this trap will also be found in that book. Priya and Sambhav walk back inside towards the room where the book is kept. As soon as they open the door of the room, both of them find themselves in the same forest once again. No, we have again come into the same trap. Priya was running here and they're in panic. Then she started hearing the sound of someone coming from behind the thicket. It seemed as if someone was hiding there. Priya reached near the tree. Suddenly, a person looking like a tribal came out from the branch. Priya was scared due to this sudden attack on her. She started running away from there in panic. Then Riddhi was hiding behind one of her clothes. She was sitting bent down in the dark. Her whole face was covered with long hair. Priya came near her with slow steps. "Riddhi, it is you, right? Why are you sitting here?" Hearing Priya, Riddhi raised her face. Seeing Riddhi's face, Priya screamed. Riddhi had meat in her mouth and she was eating a human hand after tearing it. Seeing Riddhi like this, Priya started walking in the opposite direction. Riddhi was now staring at Priya in anger and was walking towards her with slow steps. "Riddhi, what are you doing? What has happened to you? You cannot be my Riddhi. Get away from me." Riddhi opens her blood-stained mouth and starts laughing horribly. "Look carefully, it is me and you know whose hand this is, of your friend Anant. Dear Priya, don't look as if you don't know anything. You remember, he had said that a sacrifice will have to be made. Until he gets the sacrifice we cannot get out of this deception. No, this cannot be possible, all this cannot be true. This is all my delusion. This is not an delusion. You have forgotten, you also tasted it when those tribals served it to you. Do you know what it was? Your friend Anant is a lie. Anant was with us at that time. Nothing has happened to Anant. You are lying. It was all a deception. You don't know what is true and what is not among the things in front of your eyes. You got a chance to get out of here, but you lost that chance. But I am not a fool like you. I will get out of here. If you want to save your life, you still have another chance. Sacrifice Sambhav and find a way to get out of this deception with me. A monster like you can never be my friend. You are not Riddhi. All this is my way, but I will not fall for your words. Sambhav, where are you Sambhav? Sambhav. Priya, I am tired of running. No matter how much I run, I come back here again and again. We will never be able to get out of here. This deception will never chase us. Sambhav, use courage like this. My courage has failed now, Priya. I am tired of running in this maze of the jungle. No matter how much I run, I end up here again and again. There is no end to this forest. There is no way to get out of here. You are hearing these dreadful voices of the tribals and the ominous sound of the drum. If I listen to it for some more time, my brain will burst. You can get out of here. But there's only one condition. You have to sacrifice yourself. Remember, only one of you can go back from here. Forget that these are your friends. Just sacrifice yourself and save your life, Priya. This Riddhi killed our friend Anant. Did you see how ruthlessly she turned an unt into an unt? My brother, my friend, please make me. I could not save you, but now I am not going to die by getting trapped in this deception. I will sacrifice whatever I have to. Take care of yourself, look at yourself, all this is just our illusion. Sumbuff, come to your senses. If this is the condition to get out of here, then first of all I will kill this earthy. Because of this, we all are stuck in this trouble. We had forbidden her not to touch that evil book, but she did not listen. This is the reason for all the trouble. Now I cannot do the saying this. Sumbuff picks her up and rushes towards her and cuts her off from his neck in one go. Yes. Bah, first there is a sacrifice and then you. Sumbuff, what have you done? Ruthie was our friend. We had come here to save her. Look, Priya, first of all save your life here. If you stay here for some more time, you will die of brain hemorrhage by listening to this. Do it to me. I do not want to die, that is why I will have to sacrifice you. Sumbuff, look, think with a cool mind. We are trapped in a negative energy and it is making us do such things which will increase negativity so that its power goes away and we can never be with it. We can never get out of here by sacrificing our friends, boss. Now I do not know. But now you get ready to die. I will not let you kill myself, okay? I will give my life myself, but I will not let my friend's hands get stained with blood after saying this to you. Priya starts hitting her neck with it. Priya, Sumbuff, wake up. How are you all? Are you okay, Earthy and Anant? Where are Earthy and Anant? They will never return. They have died after getting trapped in a deception. Sir, we also thought that we will never be able to return. But how did we get out of this deception? Ruthie had called me and told me something about that book. Today when I came here to meet Ruthie and see that book, I found that the door was locked from inside, and even after I knocked a lot, no one was opening the door. My mind was filled with apprehension. I immediately opened the lock with the help of someone and entered inside. The scene inside was even more surprising. The whole house was empty inside and you four were missing from there. I understood that all this has happened because of that book. That is why I opened that book and started chanting mantras to weaken that power. After some time of chanting, when I opened my eyes, I saw both of you here in unconscious state. Priya and Sumbuff's life was saved because the professor saved them at the right time, but they could never recover from the shock of losing their friends. Both of them returned to their home after their research. The professor kept that evil book in his library. Everyone was trying to forget that incident. After 8 years, hey friend, how are these books in the professor's library? I will do this. I will try it tonight. If you like this story, then subscribe to us.